Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Let's discuss with author L.A. Logan. On today, we're going to talk about where have I been, what have I been up to, and what we are all doing, which is social distancing, and how is that working out for us. We have a lot to unpack, and yes, I'm in another part of my house. You ready to get into it? Ready to talk about it a little bit? Ready to reconnect? I know I am. I've missed you guys. Let's discuss. Okay guys, so I'm sure you can tell that I'm in the kitchen, and as I talked about in my last video, I'm in the process of doing some stuff throughout my house since we're all practicing social distancing. And so I'm trying to multitask, because even though we're practicing social distancing and not really supposed to be going anywhere except for those essential places, I still have a lot of stuff that I'm doing around the house and projects that I'm working on, and I'm trying to multitask because I need to prepare lunch for myself and my kids. So I thought, well, maybe I can try talking to you all, having a little discussion while I'm prepping or preparing our lunch. I'm not sure how well this is going to work out, because this is going to be the first time I do it. And Eat Philly Phil makes it look so simple when she's, you know, maneuvering around her kitchen and doing what she's supposed to be doing. But by no means am I trying to be on that level or be a mukbanger or a person that does cooking channels. I just missed you guys so much. I didn't realize it had been a week since I had done a video, but it's just so much going on with the coronavirus, COVID-19, the virus. I mean, I've heard the corona, I've heard so many, heard it called so many things, but whatever you call it, man, it's something serious. And it's kind of like the thing of the unknown is what gets you. You know, it was, you know, in the beginning, a lot of us, including myself, took it kind of light. And it was just because I wasn't informed. I really just didn't understand the workings of the virus. But now that I'm fully aware of how this works and just paying more attention to the reporting, man, when I tell you I'm practicing social distancing, I'm practicing social distancing. I mean, my son is tired of me because he's wanting to get out of the house. My son is an extrovert, so he's used to socializing with his friends and hanging out and being in the dorm room and all those things. And now he's confined to his room with me and his sister, and he's struggling with it. And so we've been trying to practice that. And so one of the things I wanted to kind of discuss is, what have you been doing since you've been practicing social distancing? Are you spending more time with your family? Are you guys doing board games? That's one thing that I miss. I wish I had some board games. I was trying to remember the last time I had board games, and I'm kind of ashamed to say my kids were much younger the last time I had board games. But I do remember we had a game night with my family some years back, and it was so much fun. So this social distancing has let me know that I need to get back into that. I need to get some board games and not rely so much on electronic entertainment, but more of interaction, social interaction that is kind of old school. So I've been doing that. I've been going through and cleaning up some things, like going through closets, going through clothes. There's only so much cleaning you can do until, I mean, everything is clean. So, yeah, I've been trying not to go stir crazy, which I'm sure a lot of us are trying not to do that while we're in this time. But one of the things also is just being more prayerful and more thankful, you know, praying over our family and being thankful for God's protection and provision. You know, I am working from home. I've been blessed and fortunate enough to be able to do that. Whereas I know there are some people who have lost their job. They're not working, like my son. His job is closed until further notice. And, you know, it sounds like, if you go by what's being reported, that we may not even hit the peak of this until the end of May. So if you think about it, that's a long time for someone to be out of work, who has a family to take care of, has mortgage, rent, lights, utilities, groceries, you know, kids that are needing things, you know, God forbid they need medications. You know, it's a lot of things that go into that. And one of the things I want to encourage us to do is, you know, let's look out for one another. Let's check on our neighbors, our family members, our friends, just to make sure they're okay. You know, some people are very prideful and they're not going to ask for help even if they need it. Just try to make yourself aware that you might be able to be a blessing to somebody, especially if your household income has not been affected. If you're able to, you know, give a little, do that. It'll go so far and you'll be so blessed. God will definitely bless you 100 times over for just being willing to be a blessing to someone else. So yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about that and just kind of see what you guys are up to, what you have going on. Today I'm going to make lunch, like I said, for my family. And I found this recipe on Pinterest. That's something else. I've found tons and tons of recipes, because one thing about this virus, one thing we definitely got to pray about is we got to pray against the weight gain. Because the only thing that you for sure are doing while you're quarantined or while you're social distancing and being confined to your house is you're eating. And you are eating when you're not hungry, you're eating out of boredom. You know, the only place you can go, you're supposed to go, is the grocery store. So while you're in there, I went to the grocery store, I promise you, in 1 week, I went to the grocery store probably 5 times, to different grocery stores, and each time I found something that I just had to have. Was it something I would have normally purchased when we were not in the COVID-19 season? Absolutely not. It would not even been on my radar. But because I feel like I'm trapped in my house, I feel like I got to have all these things in case I want to eat it. And guess what? I want to eat it. You guessed it. Yep, I want to eat it. And do I eat it? Yes, I do eat it. So I'm praying that our weight gain won't be so out of control by the time we get to the end of this, and that we're keeping ourselves in eating in moderation, that we're doing some exercise, even if you just walk around your neighborhood, walk around the block. You know, we just got to keep ourselves healthy through this process. But yeah, today I'm going to prepare this recipe that I found on Pinterest, and it's called a taco casserole, I think is what the name of it was. Anywho, my ingredients, I guess I could show you my ingredients, huh? Let me go grab them. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I wanted to show you again real quick the ingredients that I'm going to be using for this taco bake, and this is going to be the first time that I've made it. And I'm praying that it's going to go over well. Praying. But before I get started, I'm going to make me some green iced tea, using my favorite glass. Thank you, Eat with Philly Phil. I haven't used it, so I'm going to use it today. Okay, guys, so now I'm over by my sink because I'm getting ready to cut up my peppers and onion, clean them up, so that I can get them ready to put in the skillet. I hope you can see me okay. This lighting is not real good. But anyway, dealing with the COVID-19 and social distancing, a lot of things have been affected by this epidemic. You know, I didn't think, I knew this, but I didn't really just think about it until today. We had prayer. Our church, I'm sure a lot of your churches have done this, but they're canceling actual morning worship and are moving more towards online. And today, at my church, we had, I hope you guys can see me okay. We had, and hear me okay, we had an hour of prayer. And, and it was so awesome. It was a powerful hour of prayer. But one of the things that was mentioned in one of the prayers was the graduates of 2020, whether high school or college. And it got me to thinking about how hard they worked to get to this point, and now they can't really just celebrate their graduation as they envisioned it, and how incredibly hard that has to be, not just on the students, but as well as on the parents. And so, yeah, it made me think about that, and just how this epidemic has affected so many people in so many different ways. You know, if you're one that it has affected you, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. And also, you know, if you might know someone who's been sick, and those people that are considered essential workers, like our doctors and our nurses. My daughter works in the healthcare industry, and she's had to go to work every day. And I pray constantly that, you know, she's safe, she's not affected by the COVID-19 or anything else for that matter, because we need them. And I'm glad to know that they're going to be compensated extra for their hard work and their sacrifice. I mean, it's just a lot. And I just encourage you that as you're coming out and as you're going in, make sure you're washing your hands. Make sure you're keep hand sanitizer with you. When I went to the grocery store yesterday, I had my hand sanitizer. I had 2 bottles of hand sanitizer, and I had them positioned strategically so that I could use them after touching whatever I touched or picked up. I used hand sanitizer, just because just the unknown. You know it's spread through touching, but you just want to try to do all that you can to keep you and your family safe. And then, you know, we're out of masks, but I still see people in the store with masks. I haven't seen a mask available for purchase. Mask, Lysol, Clorox wipes, any of that. None of that has been available. I'm going to adjust the camera just a little bit, y'all. Let me see. Maybe that way you can see me a little better. I hope that's better. But yeah, it's just a lot going on, and we just got to look out for one another and be mindful of the season that we're in. And just remember that this did not catch God by surprise. He sent warnings. I know at least through our church, he sent warnings. There were people that were saying, you need to, you know, something is coming. Like, this was literally before COVID-19 was even addressed. But we had messages coming through. I think I'm going to change the camera again. But we have messages coming through where people were saying, you know, something is getting ready to come. You need to prepare. You need to stockpile. You need to stock up on for where you can have a couple weeks. And so now here we are. You know, those predictions have came true. And it was because God was trying to warn us, whether we listened or not. So I'm going to change the angle of the camera, guys. Okay, guys, I adjusted the camera, so maybe this will work a little bit better. I hope you can hear me okay, too. But anyway, this has been a trying time for many of us, and a lot of us are going through things. You know, I think about people who have lost loved ones, and they're having to prepare for their funeral, only to be told that they can't have maybe their traditional funeral that they're used to having. You know, that's got to be hard to deal with and accept. And then, like I said earlier with the graduates, you know, their graduation, that's just got to be heartbreaking. But we got to try to focus on the positives, you know, that God allowed us to be here to witness this for a reason. And even though we don't understand it right now, God will always reveals in the end. And we just got to, like I said, focus on the positives and do what they're telling us to do. You know, practice social distancing. I know that's hard. Like I was saying earlier, my son is having all kind of fits about it because he's so used to hanging out with his friends, and he's not really taking it serious, you know. But like I was trying to explain to him, there have been, you know, I think the youngest death that's been reported was a 17-year-old. And I can't even imagine being that parent having to make those kind of arrangements. So, yeah. Anyway, you can't help but turn on the TV and hear about social distancing and people working from home. And I've been working from home I've been working from home for about 2 weeks now, going on 3 weeks. And it was cool at first, but I'm starting to miss the social interaction that I had at work with people, which I never thought I would say that, being the introvert that I am. But I am. I'm missing that interaction that I would get at work. So, yeah. So how are you dealing with COVID-19 epidemic of 2020? Yeah, they canceled the Olympics. That just popped in my head. All of the things that have been canceled due to this, which I think is a smart move, because the only way that we can from what they've been saying, the only way that we can get a handle on this is that we have to stop the spread. And the only way to stop the spread is to cut out all of our social interactions. So, yeah. How have you been dealing with it? What have you been doing? Have you been doing a lot of spring cleaning? Definitely help with that. Going through old clothes, maybe calling and talking to people on the phone that you normally wouldn't call and talk to on the phone, because usually you're just doing text messages or Now, I have found myself doing more Skype calls, FaceTime calls, Messenger calls with people, because I can't physically see them. So that's my way of, the next best thing is seeing them through video. I have been doing a lot of that lately. So yeah, we find ways to cope, deal with, and we're going to survive this, y'all. We're going to survive it. But yeah, let me know what you have been doing during this epidemic. I have, like I said, I've told you the different things that I've been doing. And I didn't realize a whole week had went by and I hadn't done a video. So I've got to get back on top of that. Because it's just not, it's not good. It's just not. I got to stay connected with my folks. Y'all, my peeps, my LA loves. That's what I don't know if I ever told you that's what the name was that I settled on, was LA loves. My LA loves. But that could be changed if you guys feel like, no, we need to be called something else. I'm open to that. But I like that. LA loves. Yeah, I like it. But hey, I'll change it for y'all if that's not what you want to be called. So yeah, guys, I'm going to, maybe I'll come back and do another video when I have this, should I put this on there as I'm cooking it? Should I? I don't know. I got to see how that goes. But I'm prepping right now. And this goes to show you that I have no clue what I'm doing, because I'm pretty sure those that do this regularly, I'm pretty sure they prep everything before they get on and start recording. Me, I'm trying to do it all at one time. But anyway, I think I will. I think I'll do a second video, a part 2 video of my meal as I'm cooking it, once I get everything cut up and prepped. How's that? But in the meantime, if this is your first time dropping by, welcome. I'm glad that you chose to click on this channel. If this isn't your first time, welcome back, and I hope you enjoyed the discussion. If not, oh well, maybe next time. But I ask that all of you click the like button, click the share button, and most of all, subscribe. As of this video, I have 40 subscribers, and my goal was to get to 50. We're less than or over halfway there, and I appreciate all of you that have subscribed. And I just ask that you invite others to join in with us, because I enjoy our discussions. I think we have a really good time with our conversations and different topics. Leave me a comment below what topics you might want to discuss. Leave me a comment below. And again, click the like button, click share and subscribe, and just know that I truly, truly appreciate your support. And there will be a part 2 to this video, and it will be me actually preparing our lunch for today. Social distancing has me stretching myself, y'all. But anyway, I want to leave you with this. Remember, the plans for your life have already been designed. It's just up to you to trust the planner. Have a good one, everybody.